everybody's favorite elf on the shelf, Dr. Tony Fauci. Reuters is reporting, and they say top U.S. infectious disease expert, according to WHO, said attending large gatherings of more than 40 people is considered not safe for even vaccinated people. Hell, even if you got the booster. Let's listen to what the elf had to say in this regards, because he loves to be on TV and hear himself talking shit. Let's listen.
Now, one of the questions that Dr. Walensky and I and Dr. Murthy and others get asked very frequently is that right now, as we get to the Christmas holiday and the New Year's, would it be safe for individuals who are vaccinated, who are boosted, to get together with family in the setting of the home? The answer to that is yes. An extra level of protection would be the testing that Dr. Walensky measured. But I want to make sure this is not confused with going to a large gathering. And there are many of these parties that have 30, 40, 50 people in which you do not know the vaccination status of individuals. Those are the kind of functions in the context of COVID, and particularly in the context of Omicron, that you do not want to go to. So to the extent possible, we urge you to stay away from those situations that could put you at a higher risk.
So basically what he's saying is, regardless if you are vaccinated and boosted up, don't attend large gatherings. Now, I think it's weird that people look to him or Dr. Rochelle Walensky to make a decision upon whether or not, like, what type of person is that? Right? Actually, I don't even want to think about that because, shit, I'm willing to bet that type of person has pronouns in their bios and they have masks on in their profile pictures. But who the fuck is waiting around for, okay, I will only get with my family until Anthony Fauci confirms the terms upon which it is safe for me to do so. You gotta be a weird son of a bitch if that's you. But to be fair, there's some people out there. I might not know who they are, but they probably got pronouns in their bios, BLM hashtags as well as like that's like mask in their profile pictures, double mask and shit. When they take pictures while they're in their own house with their fucking mask on. That's the person that's listening to these people. But the hilarious thing right now, because you're starting to see a lot of these doctors even start to conflict on this. A main reason being because they think that it punishes their allies. As an example, you saw with what's her face, Leanna Wen, right? This is actually contrary to what she said. She's like, don't cancel these getting together with people. You shouldn't do that. She called cloth mask fucking facial decoration. Nothing more than a facial decoration. But she's more so speaking, and that was the video that went up today. If you're watching this on the 23rd, that was the segment from yesterday, but it went up on live on the YouTube today. And, you know, she's more upset like, wow, we've been telling these people to go get their jabs and they were going to be able to do all of these normal things. You can't punish them. And meanwhile, like these politicians like, all right, well, we don't give a fuck. You wouldn't listen to everything it is that we told you to do. We still locking your bitch ass down. Or we're putting restrictions upon you. Right? But I think it's just hilarious that, you know, some of these people get jabbed and boosted up and then they dealing with the same shit that the unvaccinated having to deal with. That's fucking, or the people that don't have, it's hardly anybody that's, not a lot, there are people that are unvaccinated that have no vaccines, but that's more of a false dichotomy that we're dealing with. It's just people that don't want to get this one. It's more so what it is, and they're having the same amount of restrictions, or, you know, in most cases, you know, it's lesser, but it's still restrictive in some way, shape, or form. But why the fuck are y'all listening to Anthony Fauci, man, about get-togethers? If you have a family, and maybe you have a big family, like when we obviously haven't done this in a while, but, you know, telling on my mom's side, you know, you get Christmases, and definitely around this time, a lot of people tend to have some of their reunions and stuff as well, just because they knock birds out with, you know, kind of just go ahead and do it with one stone. And, like, you know, you may have 30 people that are going to be around and linking together. And, look, if that's y'all's thing, just fucking do what you feel, man. The reality of this situation is that none of these measures have really just prevented transmission anyway. If we're going to be honest, I mean, speaking of who he mentioned, Dr. Rochelle Walensky has already confirmed that your jab ain't even doing that. So if you wait I guess for the rest of you will be waiting for the rest of your life. If you're waiting for them to give you authorization to do it, right? Stop thinking, and I know this is less to my main audience and more to like my hate watchers. Like, understand what you're doing here, man. You are sitting here waiting around listening to politicians who have no fucking consequence. And he's more of a bureaucrat, but, you get it. These people that work for the government, they have almost no consequence to their actions in terms of what it is they do. They don't live the same life of a regular person. Their paychecks are guaranteed. So when they advocate stuff like this, and then even with the policies, you heard so many politicians go antithetical to it and actually get caught red-handed, not doing what they advocate that other people do because they're not fucking scared of COVID. Period. They're not scared of COVID. So why should you be? I guess that's the question.
You just watched a clip from my podcast, For Canon's Sake. Catch us live at 12 p.m. throughout the week over at youtube.com/YoungRipper59 and follow us over at odyssey.com/@YoungRipper59. If you want to watch the entire video cast after the show is over, just be sure to become a member on the YouTube channel. Of course, the full audio portion of the podcast is available for free on all major digital platforms, or just visit forcanonsake.com.